The victors valiant, the conquering heroes, and they call home the Big House. Bathed in maize and blue, welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Volunteers ready to get this thing started and open the season. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Running to the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. SEC versus the Big Ten. They compete at everything. They try to outspend each other, and they certainly want to beat each other on the field.
So many national championships, so many Heisman Trophy winners shared between these two conferences, David. Everybody gets excited when the Big Ten takes on the SEC.
And these games matter so much. The fans get so amped up, so juiced up, to the point where we hear in the stands what? SEC, SEC. They wouldn't say that if conference pride wasn't a real thing.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Burke or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Greasy, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has the ability to do all of those things.
Really, really nice football play. Man, I got to understand option football. I got to play my responsibility, make sure that I know what I'm doing. Look at the linebacker. Great job doing that. Staying patient, getting to the quarterback, making the big tackle.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
Wide out in motion. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Soft spot in the middle. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Trying to get to him. Throws for the tight end. Complete to the left. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Wolverines. They're on the board first here in the season opener. These guys set all of these goals for the season. Then to come out and say, here we are, this is how it is. That was impressive.
And Reese, we thought this offense could be very potent this season. And they've got some skilled players, and they've got some dudes that are going to scare opposing defenses. Defenses out there for the rest of this season better take notice. I know this game is early, but you can see the talent they have on offense.
This crowd bringing the energy They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Pressure coming. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Takes it on the return. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance.
Open runway ahead. He's at the 10. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners. When he kicked it in here, you got the long touchdown.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. They'll give it to the back. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down. It is a maxim of Tennessee football that you must be physical.
Physical. It's this kind of people they are, right? Tennessee people are physical. They want to do the dirty work. They're willing to do the dirty work, and you love it when your team has a bunch of grinders, a bunch of physical guys, a bunch of blue-collar guys that want to work.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Looking for a man. It's Cobb. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45. And the Volunteers are flying down the field. From the gun, the ground game. And he has a solid game before the defense bottles him up.
Small game, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. He's right on target. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down.
Love that throw there. And I remember as a Gator playing against Tennessee, you knew as a quarterback you were going to have to bring your A game to the park because of who was on the other sideline. I played against Peyton Manning, and I played against T. Martin, who won a national championship there. They have a legacy at that position. And this guy for Tennessee, he has a chance to be the next great one.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
The give to the tailback. They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2.
Now, that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. Looking downfield, it's Cobb. Gets it out quickly. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting first possession.
They'll toss it to the left. Pickup of 1. It's down at the 11.
And a lot of times the defense is focused on the middle, right? Bring more big bodies into the red zone. Don't let them run the football. Offense tries to do the opposite. Get outside. Get their speed to the football. Had a little bit of success, but nice job by this defense.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, the defense is fast. If you can hit that quarterback with his speed and force those incompletions, man, that is impressive.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. It's complete to the right. And they'll get him down inside the 5, and this offense powering toward a score.
You know, the tight end's going to have to do a better job of separating and giving his quarterback a place to go with the football. That time just couldn't create it, and as a result, as soon as he made the catch, he was brought to the ground, setting up 4th down.
No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. They'll try to pick up the 1st. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown ball. And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead, but they still have plenty of work to do.
They do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting in the 2nd half where you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like,
he's loose. The 40. At the 20. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds. He's now up to 83 yards on the ground, and they wanted to have an identity as a running team, and he's giving them that in the season opener. They move the tight end all over. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's now 2nd and goal.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal?
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Michigan 14, Tennessee 7.
Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line.
Let's go.
The run up the middle, looking for the score. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, you obviously want to get your receivers the football down here in the red zone, but it's tough to throw it to them because the windows are so small. So I like the idea, handing it off to that guy and seeing if he can do something with his speed.
3rd and goal coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Getting some heat. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
Well, here's an interesting decision. It's early in the game. Do you want to be aggressive and try to seize momentum and go for this? Or do you just take the field goal and take the points?
They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And now the lead is even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Southern Miss is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage today, but they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by 10 over the Sharks. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for a man, it's Cobb. Throws to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And the Vols will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Books it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Oh, he wants it all. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. It's caught. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. And this junior loves to show off that big arm.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
They're strong, and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
On second down, looking to throw. He turns that loose down the right side. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line.
Really nice timing on that throw. Quarterback had to hold it, allow his receiver to work his route, but he threw it at the perfect moment so that he was able to make the catch inbounds right on the sideline.
And the Wolverines are on the move. To the ground with the back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He'll pull it on the read. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, they're trying to go option, but the linebacker shows his open field tackling ability and also his recognition. He expected the quarterback to keep it, went after him, was able to make the tackle for loss.
On third down, he drops to throw. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
I know we're only in game 1, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so he puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Little touch pass to the receiver. Nice move to stay on his feet. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
What a great play, winning one-on-one, getting home and getting a sack, and that kind of effort is going to get the big house fired up. These 100,000-plus Michigan Wolverine fans are on their feet screaming because of that dominant play right there coming from their D-line.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. And he intercepts it. Bringing it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
A big part about playing the quarterback position is turning the page, playing the next play, not letting bad plays beat you. And that's his first career interception in college football, so that's going to sting. But now you've got to get back out there and lead your team.
Fires to the middle. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy has had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
He's piled up 97 yards rushing in this first half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener.
Well, This offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. They'll snap it from the 28 in field goal range, but it's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Stands in and takes the hit. Touchdown, Michigan! And they take it in for 6 more points.
It wasn't no need to jump. I put it on their back shoulder. You was in front of him. You see how your man turned?
Takes time to build the
I put it behind him.
This offense started the season off with a
Now if I would have put it in front of him, you would have picked that.
And put one more on the lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a touchdown pass covering 28 yards. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, this offensive coordinator has to be scratching his head because he's trying to keep his quarterback protected. He's trying different things, sliding the offensive line, keeping tight ends and running backs in, chipping, going empty, and getting the ball out quickly, but it's not working. They're just losing the one-on-one battles up front, and in the second half looking forward, I don't know if they're going to be able to fix it.
Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Looking to scramble. He'll pull it down. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a 1st down.
Well, 2 things I love by the quarterback on that play. 1, his ability to flush outside the pocket and make a quick decision. No one's open and I'm taking off and running. And 2, get out of bounds. No need to take a big hit. Just save yourself, save the body. Fresh set of downs coming up. Well done.
Quarterback now breaking the field. Lets it fly. Catch in the middle. It's Buck. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered. An explosive play to the 40. The Vols want to move quickly. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Quick completion on the out. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
Dropping back, it's Cobb. Dances away to buy time. Fires to the right. Makes a connection. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown,
Now that was some bullshit.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going into the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Carrying the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
And with the extra point, they're down 31-14. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Miami of Ohio is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. They're trailing by just 4 to Penn State. for now, it's back to you fellas. But, of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Brings up second down.
This could have the earmarks of a wasted drive if they don't come up with something on second down from the 13. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. How about that last big play? You're backed up, and now you've got it 1st and 10 from the 46. He's going to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. He's got it. He will step out of bounds, but not...
Hey, I hit the wrong button then. I ain't gonna even count. On my soul, I hit the wrong button, bro. I literally hit the wrong fucking button. I thought that was kicked after I threw it. I was like, fuck, bro.
Figure something out before they get to halftime.
Going up top on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Pulls it in. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They're happy up to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. After making one field goal, he'll need a little distance on. This one a 40-yard try coming. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And they'll push that lead out a little further. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. One more snap coming before halftime. To the air, it's Cobb. Fires to the big fella. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Michigan 34, Tennessee 14.
All teed up and ready to go here in the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They come into this 3rd quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak, and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops. So this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Slings it downfield. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
You know, this defense knew the offense was going to try to take shots vertically down the field and do it in a variety of ways. That time they were able to defend the corner route and swat the ball down.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. He's got it upright. Major gaps in that defense.
Man, I hate that animation right there, boy. The nigga keep going, but that shit crazy as fuck.
Well, if they're going to get back in this game, they need more plays like that. That was something that was missing in the first half. Explosive plays in the passing game, and they get one here, trailing early in the 3rd quarter. Let's see if these receivers can make more plays like that as this game goes on.
And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
And when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. The Volunteers are in the hurry-up.
And a lot of coaches put a lot of emphasis on situational type running, right? When it's a goal-to-go situation, short
That D-line tough, man.
When I need to run the football and they know I'm running the football.
That don't need tough.
But I needed a few yards to get the first down. Great job on the offensive line, creating some space and getting the first down.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. Quickly to the tight end.
Good read, damn.
Exactly
Thought you were finna come to that nigga who I was on.
And they've got enough for the first down.
Yeah.
Play went off script, and that's the job of a tight end. Find the soft spot and stay in the quarterback's field of vision.
Yeah, and it's just frustrating to play this kind of style of quarterback. It's always going to extend the play, make it harder on you as a defense. You got to guard longer in the back end and just did a nice job getting outside the pocket and getting into the big fella at tight end.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Dropping back, it's Cobb. Snags it. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the 1.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
On the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? 3-snap motion in the backfield. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he will take it in. Touchdown Volunteers! Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. I know they've put up really good numbers on offense, but David, they're starting to feel a little game pressure right now.
Exactly. That scoreboard's starting to get a little bit tighter, cutting into that lead. Now, you know every possession matters, Palmer. A little pressure for this offense.
Yeah, and so you can't get tight, right? The best players on this offense now need to step up, and they need to start making plays. You got to identify where those one-on-ones are.
Ripped off a chunk on the opening play of this drive. Now it's first down from the 48. He wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Or did he find a hole in that secondary? They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who can make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult, right? Like, I don't want to hear about my quarterback being effective. I want him to be explosive. I want him to be dynamic. But Michigan doesn't really have those guys most of the time at that quarterback spot. But when they find those good ones, they have great seasons.
The Wolverines getting set on 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. Not a lot of room down here. He's able to pick up 2. It's down at the 12. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Movement here from the tight end. Trying play action. Feeling some heat. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack. You avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on 3rd down.
Yeah, and your first job is to affect the quarterback and try to get him off his spot. They get him off his spot. He gets outside the pocket, and a nice job chasing, not quitting, getting to the quarterback, and still getting a good lick as he's throwing the football.
On 3rd down, going up top. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and the lead moves to 20. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Jacksonville State sure is making it look easy today. What a spectacular performance on the offensive side of the ball. They're up by 28 over the Royals. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. It's complete to the left. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Sweet feet on the move. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on 1st down. Leaves him in 2nd and manageable.
He didn't get big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If you could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Leaves it with the running back. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. He's looking to throw it. Coming after him. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Back to throw, it's Cobb. Steps away, and he'll just get rid of that one.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Really nice 3rd down sub defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
Three straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Complete out of the backfield. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. They'll throw it on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Give to the back. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Looking to throw. A little screen to the running back. Still running at the 40. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
They executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
He'll keep it himself. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Brings up second down.
Ready, fight.
That's the end of the first Michigan 41.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work.
Get set, get set.
He's looking to throw. He fires one deep over the middle. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football out of the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the game.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wide receiver shows motion. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed.
Touchdown, Michigan! And the route is on.
Game 1, you want to come out, put drives like that together, score a bunch of points, and especially at home. Give your home crowd something to get excited about. They have today. They've been jacked up, and they're going to go 1-0.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Tennessee 21.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes.
And the Tennessee offense will take over. 1st and 10.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Powers through the defender. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets him up to the 24.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, fourth quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
Looking to throw, it's Cobb. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Buying some time as he moves left. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
He's got such good awareness in the pocket. He does a good job of feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep your eyes downfield, but he sees an opening, and if he sees an opening, he's got the ability to go get it and get a first down.
Makes his connection. At midfield, he's got room. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. And, Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots. Keep trying to...
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football.
And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today? They have gotten after him, registering multiple sacks, and they've never let him get into a rhythm.
And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. A really nice day from this quarterback. Over 350 yards passing now, Jeff.
He's had a plan all game long. He just seems to find his best matchups, and he's done an awesome job giving his guys opportunities to make plays.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And he's sacked. A big play on fourth down to stop this drive.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up. Run it. Do something. You can't take a sack on fourth down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for you.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. The give to the back. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
And just a great job by the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Yankee blue. Yankee blue. Black 24. Black 24.
They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Third down coming up.
A third and long coming up here.
Gorilla. Spire.
Quarterback checking the play. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
On the play. Now, fourth down.
And the Wolverines decide to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit.
The offense will take over. First and 10.
see ready to go to work the big orange offense on the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for them.
Oh, picked off. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Second down coming up.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12.
In blue. In blue.
They'll put the tight end in motion. Single back formation, and they give it to it. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Now on first down from the 28.
Left. Easy. Cut.
From the gun, running back on the move. The ball's free. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster?
You know, these running backs have to keep 5 points of pressure on the ball, especially against this defense that prides themselves on creating takeaways, and the offense, real lucky they jumped on that one.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Quarterback's just going to take a knee. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute and get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.
And for the losing team, obviously, it's a little bit different. You have something to look at now to analyze where do I need to get a little bit better, but plenty of time still left in the season to improve and turn it around.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.